Good morning, my friends. How are you doing today? We're going to read some fun books today all about boats. And I know in this area you get a chance to see boats on the water, especially when the weather is so nice outside. So I'm going to read a couple of my favorite books about boats, okay? So let's get started. Let's get started with our books. The book that we're going to read today is called Mr. Grumpy's Outing. Mr. Grumpy? I don't know if I want to go on an outing with Mr. Grumpy, because grumpy usually means that you're in a bad mood or, kind of cranky or something. But they're going for an outing and it looks like they're on a boat. Wow. This book is written by John Birmingham. Mr. Grumpy's Outing. This is Mr. Grumpy. He doesn't look that bad, does he? He doesn't look mad at all. Mr. Grumpy owned a boat and his house was by a river. There he is. That's his house. One day, Mr. Grumpy went out in his boat. "May we come with you?" asked the children. "Yes," said Mr. Grumpy, "if you don't squabble." That means if they don't fuss. "Can I come along, Mr. Grumpy?" said the rabbit. "Yes, but don't hop about." "I'd like a ride," said the cat. "Very well," said Mr. Grumpy, "but you're not to chase the rabbit." "Will you take me with you?" said the dog. "Yes," said Mr. Grumpy, "but don't tease the cat." "May I come, please, Mr. Grumpy?" said the pig. "Very well, but don't muck about." "Have you a place for me?" said the sheep. "Yes, but don't keep bleating." "Can we come too?" said the chickens. "Yes, but don't flap," said Mr. Grumpy. "Can you make room for me?" said the calf. "Yes, if you don't trample about." Wow, it's a lot of animals in this boat, isn't it? "May I join you, Mr. Grumpy?" said the goat. "Very well, but don't kick." For a little while, they went along happily, but then the goat kicked, the calf trampled, the chickens flapped, the sheep bleated, the pigs mucked about, the dog teased the cat chased the rabbit hopped, the children squabbled, the boat tipped, and into the water they fell. Oh, look at them. Oh my goodness, they all getting wet. Then Mr. Grumpy and the goat and the calf and the chickens and the sheep and the pig and the dog and the cat and the rabbit and the children all swam to the bank and climbed out to dry in the hot sun. "We'll walk home across the field," said Mr. Grumpy. "It's time for tea." Look at them having tea. "Goodbye," said Mr. Grumpy. "Come for a ride another day." The end. Oh my goodness, that was so nice. But you know what? Those animals did exactly what Mr. Grumpy told them not to do. But I think it was that goat that was to blame. He kicked and then he just started all the other animals to do something. Boy, that was a fun story. You know what? You can check this book out here at the library and you can enjoy it at your own home on your own leisure time. That was super cool. Now, the next book that we're going to read is probably a favorite for many young ones because it's called Where the Wild Things Are. Oh my goodness, this is a cool story. You're going to like this one. I hope you have heard this before because this is such a great book. And you know what? I heard they made it into a movie, but you know, Miss Tanya, I like the book version a lot better. So let's read Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he went to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Wow, look at that. And grew. Wow. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And the ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. And they made him king of all the wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." Woohoo! Look at them. Wow, they're having a great time. Wow, look. That's a wild bunch, isn't it? Oh, wow, you can tell he's the king. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled something. He smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year, in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. There it is. And it was still hot. The end. Oh, I like that story. That's a fun story. That's a favorite story. I hope that you'll be able to enjoy this book again, maybe by coming past and checking this book out also. Now, our last little story that we would like to do is Who Sank the Boat? I don't know if I want to be on a boat that has the chances of sinking, but who sank the boat? I need your help with this story. I need you to guess who you think sank the boat, okay? This story is written by Pamela Allen. There's the boat right there. Ah, there it is right there by the dock. Beside the sea, on Mr. Pfeiffer's place, there live a cow, a donkey, a sheep, a pig, and a tiny little mouse. They were good friends, and one warm sunny morning, for no particular reason, they decided to go for a row in the bay. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the cow who almost fell in when she tilted the boat and made such a dent? Whoa, whoa, look at her getting in. Oh. No, it wasn't the cow who almost fell in. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the donkey who balanced her weight, who yelled, "I'll get in at the bow before it's too late"? No, it wasn't a donkey who balanced her weight. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the pig as fat as butter who stepped in at the side and caused a great flutter? Whoa, that looks so dangerous. No, it wasn't the pig as fat as butter. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the sheep who knew where to sit to level the boat so that she could knit? Oh, look, the sheep is trying to get in. No, it wasn't the sheep who knew where to sit. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the little mouse, the last to get in, who was the lightest of all? Could it be him? Oh, look, he's jumping in. He's saying, "Here I come, guys. Here I come." Oh, no. You do know who sank the boat. Look at the boat sinking. They're all wet. And I think they're a little upset because he's trying to catch up. The little mouse is trying to catch up with them. The end. Oh, that was so much fun. Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite books. Now, this is what we would like to do. We would like to do just a little flannel board. It's a short little flannel board. And I'm going to move over to where we keep our flannel boards, and our tech person is going to do some moving also. So, this is called 5 Little Boats. Let's get this so that she can see. Great, because let's see. So we have 5 little boats. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's good. We're starting off with 5 and we need 5. What I'm going to do is flip this around to the blank side, and we're going to use this little rhyme. So I need you to help me, because we're going to chug, chug, chug. We're going to tug, tug, tug. We're going to row, 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 and go slow, slow, slow. Okay? Can you help me with that at home? That'll be your job, okay? So, 5 little boats. The first little boat went chug, chug, chug. Can you do that? Chug, chug, chug. Good job. The second little boat went tug, tug, tug. So, chug, 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 tug, tug, tug. Okay. The third little boat went row, row, row. Can you move your arms and row, row, row? Good job. So we chug, 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 and we tug, 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 and we're going to row, row, row. Fantastic. The fourth little boat went oh so slow. Wow, it's big and heavy, so it goes really, really slow. Did you go really, really slow? Thank you. And here comes the sailboat. Ooh, this is a fast little thing. Zip! Watch it go. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. And those are 5 different types of boats. So you know what? While you're home, maybe you can ask your special adult in your house or your daycare provider all about boats, and maybe you guys can find some pictures of different types of boats, because there's a whole lot out there and you would probably enjoy seeing those, okay? I hope you had a good time listening to the stories about boats today. And thank you for being so attentive. You know what? If you would like some boat books at your home, stop past the library and pick some up, and you'll be able to enjoy the story again and again. But you know what, my friends? We're going to see each other again really soon. But until we do so, I would like for you to be a good listener to your teacher, be kind to your classmates, and stay safe. Bye-bye.